Hi grade 7, so today we are continuing with lesson 7.7, which is changing customary units. And so this lesson is probably going to be a little bit more confusing than the previous lesson 7.6 because we're going to have to do some more calculations in customary units. So I have here two columns of what these customary units are in terms of each other. So we have inches to feet. So I did put it in both ways. 1 feet is the same as 12 inches, or some people like to see it 12 inches is equal to 1 feet, and then 3 feet is equal to 1 yard, or you can say 1 yard is equal to 3 feet, and then 1,760 yards is equal to 1 mile, or 1 mile is equal to 1,760 yards. So I have them in both ways written out so that if you prefer to read the one on the left, then you can read it that way. If you prefer to read the one on the right, then you can also read it that way. So let's get into some example questions. So example one, let's start out. Example one. So let's say we want to convert 3 feet and 7 inch to inches. And so 3 feet is the same as 3 times 12 inches. So because we know that 1 feet has 12 inches over here, 1 feet is equal to 12 inches. And so 3 feet and 7 inches will be 3 times 12 inches plus the additional 7 inches, which will be 36 plus 7. And then so we will have in the end 43 inches. So that is the same as 43 inches. We also have, let's try to convert. Let's say we have 2 pints. Oh, sorry. Let's convert 2 and let's do 2.5 pints to cups. So 1 pint is equal to 2 cups, and so 2.5 pints to cups, we're going to multiply that by 2. So that's going to be equal to 2.5 multiplied by 2 into cups. And so we need to change this into a improper fraction. So that's equal to 5 over 2 times 2. And so that will be equal to 5 cups in the end. So that's how we can convert from one to another. Now, what if we have a smaller unit and we want to make it bigger? And so for example 2 now, let's say we want to convert, let's say we want to do 35 ounce into pounds. We want to convert 35 ounce to pounds, and so we want to express the answer in either decimal form, fraction form, or in pounds and ounce. So you can do it. Let's first look at how many ounces are in a pound. So we can see here there are 16 ounce in 1 pound, or 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. So in order for us to convert ounce to pounds, we have to divide it by 16 by long division. So 35 divided by 16, 16 goes into it twice. That's going to be 32 with 3 remainder. So it's 2 remainder 3. And so if we think of it in fraction form, so into pounds, it's going to be 2 and 3 over 16 pounds. Okay, so that's equal to 2 and 3 over 16 pounds. Or we can even write this as, or that's going to be 2 pounds and 3 ounce. 2 pounds and 3 ounce. We can also write it that way. I'm probably not going to write it in decimal form because it's not a nice decimal. So let's just keep it to either 2 and 3 over 16 pounds or 2 pounds and 3 ounces. Now let's try another one. Let's say we want to convert 26 fluid ounce to cups. Oh no, that's small. Yeah, to cups. And so let's look over here. There is 8 fluid ounce in 1 cup, or we can say 1 cup has 8 fluid ounces. And so what we have to do is we have to divide it by 8. And so 26 divided by 8, 8 goes into 26 3 times, that's 24. And then there's 2 remainder, so that's remainder 2. So that's going to be 3 cups. So that is equal to 3 cups. Let's present it in fraction form first. So that's 3 and 2 remainder, so that's 2 over 8 cups. 3 and 2 over 8 cups. Or you can write it as 3 cups and 2 fluid ounce. Of course, we have to simplify the 2 over 8, so that's going to be 3 and 1/4 cups once we simplify it. So 3 and 1/4 cups, or we can write it as 3 or 3C2 fluid ounce. 3 cups and 2 fluid ounces. So we can write it that way. So let's do 2 example questions. So example questions. Try to do convert 2 miles and 480 yards to just yards, to how many yards. And then that's A. And then for B, let's do 7.5 tons to just pounds. And so let me bring our thing back here. Let me copy and let me paste it over here so that you can see. Okay, so try to do the 2 example questions. Pause the video and then do it on your own. So I assume you have finished. If not, do it now. And so in order for us to copy the change the 2 miles and 480 yards into just yards, 2 miles is equal to 1 mile is 1,760. So the 2 miles will be 2 times 1,760 plus the additional 480 yards. And so that is equal to 3,520 plus 480. Once we add them together, that's going to be 4,000 yards in total. And then the second one, 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds. So that's going to be 7.5 times 2,000. And so change 7,000 and 7.5 into an improper fraction. That's going to be 15 over 2 times 2,000. And so the 2,000 and the 2 can actually cancel out. That becomes 1,000. And so 1,000 times 15 will be 15,000 pounds. So that's example one, some example questions. Now, what if we want to do some let's do a example word problem over here. So a camel can drink 30 gallons of water in 10 minutes. And so how many cups are in 30 gallons? And so we want to actually just, it's not exactly a word problem, but we want to convert gallons to cups. And first of all, we need to understand that 1 gallon is 4 quarts. And so 4 quarts, if we want to convert it to how many cups, 4 quarts, 1 quart has 2 cups. And so 4 quarts is going to be 8 cups in total. And then, so 1 gallon is equal to 8 cups. So, 4 quarts is 2, we have to convert to pints first. Pints first, and then we have cups. So that's 8 pints. And then 8 pints, if we want to convert those into how many cups, that's going to be 16 cups. Is that correct? Let me just quickly check over here capacity. So 1 gallon is 4 quarts, and then 4 quarts is going to be 4 quarts is going to be 8 cups, and then 8 cups is going to be 8 pints, and then 8 pints is going to be 16 cups. Okay, so remember we need to use that conversion over here. So next we want to think of how many 30 gallons in terms of cups. So 30 gallons times 16 cups will be 30 times 16 is 420, I think. Is that right? No, 480. And so that is equal to 480 cups. Okay? Next part is we're going to add and subtract some customary units together. And so this part will be adding / subtracting customary units. Customary. And so as an example, let's say we want to add 3 feet and 2 inches plus, let's say 1 foot, 1 feet and 11 inches. And so what we do in this case is we can actually add them in just like how we do time, like the minutes, seconds, and the hours. We can just align them together. So 3 feet 2 inches plus 1 feet and 11 inches. We add them together. So 2 plus 11 will be 13 inches. And so 13 inches is over 12 inches. And so because there's 12 inches in 1 feet, what we do is we would turn that into 1, and then we're going to add 1 to the top over here. And so that's going to be 5 feet and 1 inches in total. And so let's try another one. We want to subtract. We want to do, let's this time try to find a difference. 3 feet and 2 inches minus 1 feet and 11 inches. If we want to subtract, again, we're going to write it down just like we do the time. 3 feet and 2 inches minus 1 feet and 11 inches. And so we don't have enough to subtract 2 from 11 from 2, and so we have to borrow 1. That becomes 2, and then this now becomes add 12 to the 2. That will be 14 inches. And so 14 inches minus 11 inches will be 3 inches now. And then 2 minus 1 will be 1 feet and 3 inches. So that's how we add and subtract customary units. And of course, that also applies to not just feet. It also applies to cups, quarts, gallons, miles, pounds, tons, and so on. So let's do one example word problem together. So example word problem again. And so this time you take a full backpack and a tent on a camping trip. And so if the backpack weighs 13 pounds and 10 ounces, and also the tent weighs 5 pounds and 13 ounces, what is the difference in weight of the backpack and the tent? And then B, what is the combined weight of the backpack and the tent? So there are 2 parts to this question, A and B. I want you guys to do them first, and then pause the video, do them first, and then continue the video and watch the solution. So I guess you have finished. If not, then do it now and pause the video. The difference in weight, we want to find the difference. So that's going to be 13 pounds and 10 ounce. Subtract 5 pounds and 13 ounce. Now, we don't have enough. 10 cannot minus 13. And so we're going to have to borrow 1. So this now becomes 12 pounds. And then we're going to plus 16 to the 10 ounces. So that becomes 26 ounce because there's 16 ounce in 1 pound. Now, 26 minus 13, we can subtract. That becomes 13 ounces. And then 12 minus 5, that becomes 7 pounds and 13 ounce. And so the difference in weight will be 7 pounds and 13 ounces. Then the combined weight will be, you need to add them together. So that's 13 pounds and 10 ounce. We want to add to 5 pounds and 13 ounce. And so when you add them, that becomes 23 ounces. And 23 is above 16. It's more than 16. So we would need to subtract 16 from the 23 ounces. That's going to be 7 ounces. And then we need to plus 1 over here. And so once we add the 1 plus 13 plus 5 will be 19. That's going to be 19 pounds and 7 ounces. So that's your combined weight. And also that's also the difference in part A. Now, before I talk about the homework, please remember that your presentations, your project presentations will be tomorrow. That is Tuesday, 31st of March, during our Zoom meeting. Make sure, so there are a couple of things you need to make sure. So let me just quickly note down the things that you must do. So first thing, you need to make sure your PowerPoint share link is pasted in the project page in class OneNote. And then 2, if you have pre-recorded your presentation, you must send me the video recording now, like now, or you must have sent it to me by now. Don't send it to me too late, or else I may not be able to receive it. And then lastly, please, if you haven't recorded and you're gonna do it live, then please practice and make sure your PowerPoint presentation looks good. So these are just a few reminders. So next, your homework for today, I'm not going to set too much because I don't think it's super important. So it's going to be exercise 7.7 questions. Let's just do a few. 7, 11, and 15. And then let's also do 19, 21. And then let's also do 25 on its own. And then changing, let's add some, let's just do 2 problem solvings, just 43 and also 52, because it's also related to recipes. So that's the homework for today. I will see you all in our live Zoom lessons ready for our presentations to be shown. Remember, it will be in alphabetical order, around 3 minutes per person. That's it for today. I will see you guys on our live Zoom lesson.